Alright, so we're heading back to Mother Base to visit Quiet and see if Huey is if you can visit Huey yet as well.
Please select a landing zone.
Let's go.
Heading to Mother Base.
Let's see what Quiet has to say. I doubt she has anything to say, but let's see what happens. We're at least gonna get some cutscene out of this, right? Right. Alright.
Boss, I need to talk to you about this. Quiet. Can you meet me at her cell here on the base? Whenever's fine.
How about in 2 seconds? Let's see what Ocelot has to say. Something that goes contrary to what Miller has to say, no doubt. Base development level 17. Here we go. Alright. Go talk to this random guy first.
Boss, welcome back.
Awesome. Alright, let's head down here. There's Ocelot. There's something over here. Can't grab it yet. For some reason I can't grab this yet. I guess I gotta talk to Ocelot first.
She, refuses to wear clothes.
Refuses to wear clothes.
The last staff member who tried to dress her, breathing through tubes. Other than that, she's completely cooperative. She understands English. She never speaks, sweats, or breathes.
She never sweats?
What? Well, not with lungs, at least. She breathes through her skin.
Okay.
Clothing would suffocate her.
Clothing would suffocate her? Seriously? That is quite silly.
Showers are okay, but she can't be submerged.
What the hell?
She's drinking. Through her skin.
Okay.
She's okay? She's okay. She just can't move when she's taking in water. Look.
Wonder if this, if she's not as good in the wetlands areas then. I don't know.
She hasn't eaten a thing since she got here.
She doesn't eat either?
Never. It's photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. That's the verdict from the medical staff?
No, the jury's still out. It's the only explanation for what we've seen. The GRU had a man with that ability in its Cobra unit. Now, we don't think.
Wait a second, is that they're talking about the fear? Is that what they're talking about?
Can't stomach her.
Is it the fear? I can't remember.
It's going to affect morale.
Not the fear. Yeah, the fear was. Yeah, the fear.
Can't you send her on a mission?
Maybe that's who he's talking about.
By herself? No. But as you know, she does have skill. Why not take her out on one of your missions? She seems to like you. Of course, only if you think she'll be useful. Next time you go out, you keep her in mind.
Side op completed.
There it is. Side op. Visit Quiet completed. Alright. Well, we've learned that she's the weirdest fucking character in Metal Gear history. That, sure, through her skin. Alright, now we can pick this up. Emblem part. Woohoo, it's a parachute. How amazing. So yeah, photosynthesis. Drinking through her skin. Can't wear clothing because it would suffocate her. Whatever you say. Kojima's lost his mind a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. So we're gonna go try to visit Huey now. Let's see if he's actually.
How's it going, boss?
And let's see. How about unit? R&D platform is where he is.
Marker placed.
Now, we're gonna try to visit Huey. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the tapes that are the interesting tapes that they have. I'm not gonna play them all because they're not all really necessary, but there is a couple here that are worth playing, like the AI pod in the lab, which was the boss, you know, from Peace Walker. We'll learn about that.
Remember that water tank-shaped object in Emmerich's lab?
I love what he says
Soviet
here.
base camp? The thing that started talking to you like a possessed answering machine.
Who says this? A possessed answering machine.
Unmanned weapons.
Kaz gets all the
You
best
remember,
lines in the game.
1974 in Costa Rica. It was in those machines you fought there. They were designated Pupa, Chrysalis, Cocoon, and Basilisk. And each of them was fitted with an AI unit called a reptile pod. Emmerich created it. It mainly handled the machine's posture control and autonomous behavior. But the Basilisk, aka Peace Walker, also featured a second AI pod. That one was called the Mammal Pod, and it was created by Dr. Strangelove. She tried to recreate
I wonder if Dr.
the boss's
Strangelove's in this
personality
game, if
through
she
the
shows
Mammal
up at some
Pod.
point, since she's
But
still
you
alive.
pulled out its memory boards. That's when it transferred its own functions to its reptile pod. Just like a human brain compensating for
there's stuff down
damage
there.
by using the remaining healthy parts. The result.
Alright, so the stupid capture device cut off again, right in the middle of the video. Once again, I'm glad that I realized it, but didn't get to finish this, so I'll keep playing it.
By using the remaining healthy parts.
Hope it doesn't cut off again,
The
saying
result
stupid
was a unique
HDCP
entity,
protection is on. No, it's
hybrid of
not.
the reptile
It's really
and the
not.
mammal.
Thanks.
It sank to the bottom of Lake Nicaragua with Peace Walker. But
Okay.
apparently they salvaged it and
Let's go.
transported it to that lab. Don't let it deceive you, Snake. It may sound like the boss, but it has neither a personality nor a will. Like Emmerich says, it's just a machine.
It's just a machine. Plot twist, you're a machine. Alright. See if we can actually visit Huey here. Oh, we also got more tapes here. The other ones were to talk about cloning. That's something important to talk about, I think. But also about the Snuffleupagus. I think we're gonna play that one too. What is Sahelanthropus?
You called that thing Sahelanthropus. Where does the name come from?
Well, several years ago, an excavation team discovered a hominid skull in the Sahel region.
Central Africa, the Southern Sahara.
Cipher gave the specimen the name Sahelanthropus, man of Sahel. And then they covered the whole thing up.
Why?
They probably wanted to monopolize information about human evolution to have a head start in their genetic research. At least, until they had an idea of what they'd found.
It was that big of a discovery, huh?
Sahelanthropus was a gracile hominid, estimated to have lived about 7 million years ago. What's significant about it is how its skull's foramen magnum faces down. In other words, its spinal column supported its head from underneath.
It stood upright.
Right. Which would mean Sahelanthropus walked upright 3 million years before Australopithecus, making it the world's oldest human species.
Walking upright. I get it. Hence the name Sahelanthropus for your machine.
Walking upright was the decisive difference between our ancestors and other anthropoids. Our brains could get heavier once they were supported by the spinal column. That led to the use of tools and the development of complex communication through language. Only man is capable of this.
Alright, so this is how you get to Huey's lab, for those who want to know.
For Cipher.
No,
Walk
not
over
at
here,
all.
you get to the R&D platform, you run over
Sahelanthropus is
here.
the best proof that I never betrayed you guys.
Right
What do
there
you
is a
mean?
sign
The
showing you here.
reconstructed Sahelanthropus skull looked exactly like the skull we used as our logo 9 years ago in the Caribbean.
An army without a nation. Outside the world order.
The design was based on
Still locked.
Pangea, the supercontinent that existed 250 million years ago, right?
Yeah. when the world was a single landmass.
Still freaking locked.
That concept's at the source of
So,
our strength.
there's why did they put a gun
I felt
turret
the
right
same
here?
way
Okay,
about
anyway.
Sahelanthropus. Sure, I was forced to build it under their orders, but I always wanted to put its technology back in our hands someday. That's the reason I incorporated the old insignia into Sahelanthropus' name. Don't you see?
Anyway,
That's how much I was
unfortunately we
thinking
cannot
about
visit
you
Huey
guys.
yet, but now we can
I
go
see,
and
all right.
do a mission with
I
Quiet,
see
which should be
someone
pretty
desperate to
neat.
cover his ass. You can say whatever you want after the fact, but that skull also symbolizes somebody else.
Give us a development order, boss.
Skullface.
Yeah, nobody believes Huey.
Snake, you finally came.
Alright, now this is an interesting conversation. This
Don't
is about
record
cloning.
this, okay?
I'm not recording anything. What's this about?
What I'm about to say stays between you and me. It's about the weapon to surpass Metal Gear. You know a researcher by the name of Clark? He works in the biotech industry. Real advanced stuff. His area is bioengineering, but lately he's also gotten into genetic research.
Never heard of him.
Well then, what do you know about cloning?
I think I've heard enough.
Hold on, this is important. Cloning lets you create a genetic copy of an organism. You take the nucleus of one of its cells, and you swap it with the nucleus of an unfertilized egg from another member of the same species. They started out working with plants, but since then they've had success with other organisms, including mammals.
Look at that, the moon.
It's a hot area for a lot of places right now. Corporations, universities, research groups. There's no shortage of scientists out to get famous and patent their work, with morality taking a back seat.
Isn't that a little outside your field?
It's got nothing to do with my research, but I thought it might be of interest to you. Cloning, and Dr. Clark, I mean.
Go on.
Now, this is really highly classified stuff, but I've heard that an American biotech company has successfully cloned a human being. What's more, it happened over 10 years ago.
Over 10 years
and the
ago?
researcher
Doesn't that
behind it
sound
was Dr.
strange?
Clark. You've really never heard of him?
I don't meet many doctors.
This Dr. Clark is a complete ghost, even to others in his field. His age, where he comes from, that might not be his real name. And I can't even say for sure he's a he. Clark's employer, ATGC, its company motto is embracing your hopes, preserving talent.
What does this have to do with me?
Cipher. Dr. Clark works for ATGC, and they have connections to DARPA.
Alright, so this is the last tape we'll listen to, and then we'll
DARPA's built.
go do the next mission.
Meaning, Cipher has to be a part of the Pentagon, or at least the two are joined at the hip. DARPA is a driving force behind human cloning. It's a pretty high priority project for them. And this Dr. Clark, some say he's a pivotal player in Cipher. But that's not all. Every cell nucleus in an organism contains the genetic information for that organism. Think of it as a blueprint for life. Clark appears to be working on how to decode this information and rearrange it at will. If you could do that, it would mean being able to custom design human beings for specific purposes. Can you believe that? Suppose for a moment that this is all fact.
Actually, I'm gonna do some.
A man of your talents. If your genetic information died with you, that would be a terrible loss for mankind. But what if mankind could preserve you for future generations by cloning you?
All right, enough. I get the idea.
Look, I know it's inductive reasoning, but this weapon to surpass Metal Gear they're developing in Africa, I believe it's something that uses this new technology. Speaking as a fellow scientist, it chills me to the bone.
That's rich coming from you.
If genes serve as our blueprint, then I wonder if they include an impulse that drives us to tweak the design. Can you imagine that? Genes, encoded with information that wants its children to decode it. Is life itself putting the direction of our next evolution in the hands of scientists? I guess it would take some real arrogance to believe that. And yet, it could be what Cipher's after.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree.
But that was an interesting story. It'd make a good movie.
You have to believe me.
Where'd you hear all this anyway?
Where?
Platform construction.
I just overheard it in bits and pieces while I was forced to do that research for them.
Commencing
Right.
Platform construction.
Wait a minute. Look, I want to help you. I want to be of service here. I'm risking my life with this.
Is that so? Maybe it's time we brought someone else into the conversation.
No, not him. Not Ocelot. You can't do this.
Select unit.
Ocelot coming in for some pain. Oh, the medical team's already filled up. Huh. So, maybe we should move out some guys. Apparently you can move several at a time, so let's go ahead and do... Let's move these guys to, let's see, R&D's filled up too. Oh man, all these things are filled up. I guess we can move them to the intel team.
Select unit.
So we can move them to the intel team.
Staff assigned.
Then get this guy out of here. So we got all these A medical guys. Running Husky. Let's get
Select
this.
unit. Staff assigned.
This guy's an A in intel.
Select unit. Staff
We're gonna have
assigned.
to upgrade our command post or whatever soon so we can have more members. B,
Select
R&D.
unit.
It's already filled. Gotta take some out of the R&D unit. Whoa, who's an S? What the hell? Oh, it's Hideo. Okay. He's an S rank in Intel, so why is he... He's in R&D. We might as well move him to Intel.
Select unit. Staff assigned.
Still didn't make this go down either, so we're okay. Yeah, we definitely need to make some more room for these guys. You guys can be...
Select unit. Staff assigned.
Alright.
Select unit. Staff assigned.
Alright, well, I don't really feel like doing any more after this, so... Any more of this. What is this? This is all staff killed in action. Oh, that sucks. All these guys died. They weren't very good, though. So... It's less, See, quiet. Can she... She can't be moved yet. Alright, anyway... When we come back, we will, be doing, Mission with Quiet, I guess. That's what we're going to be doing. Alrighty then. I'll see you then.